Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mini Kit Monday. These are the card sketches that Tracy put on the Facebook group for us to use for inspiration, and I chose 3 different sketches. This stamp here I'm using is from the stamp of the month for April. Now, I already have these circle edge die cutted from last week. I had extras, so I'm going to use them, and I'm going to use a couple of the stamps. This one here is You're the Best, stamped out pretty. I'm going to stamp two of them, You're the Best, and then I have one extra for next week, and I like using those to put the sentiment on it. Now this card that I am doing, I'm just using all scraps for my cards. I love using my scraps for cards. So I'm just trying to trim down that little piece there, just to start on the first card. And then I'm going to use some shimmer trim, this pink. Now the last time I used it, I just cut it right off and I didn't leave any of the plastic left for me, but now I'm going to cut it and make sure I leave that plastic thing sticking out. So I love using their shimmer trim. It's this one is soft pink. And here's a scrap, but I really needed to outline it with something to make it stand out. So I'm cutting it down a little bit. That's where I'm at. I thought about outlining it, and I thought, no, I really don't feel like doing any, stitching with my pen. So this is what I'll be doing, and I used another scrap. Okay. These cards, using the sketches, came together so easy and fun. I really love, I finally got my printer to work. Evidently, I had it on the wrong setting, and that's why it wouldn't print last week. So, my son showed me how. Okay, now it has a couple banners sticking out. So, I'm going to use this little piece of blue and make 2 little banners. One's going to be on top there, but my circle with my title will cover it. And then it has a little arrow on the other side, so I decided to put that too. I thought that looked kind of different and pretty cool looking. All right. I had to stop doing D-stash so I could get my weekly videos done. What my thinking is, my husband sometime in the near future may have to go in a nursing home, and I can't afford to stay in this huge house by myself. So I'm thinking I need to really cut back on my stash scrapbooking stuff so that one day I can fit an apartment. My scrapbook room is just huge. It's stuff that I've worked at a scrapbook store, got stuff at wholesale price, and through the years everything adds up, and I just don't need it that big of a stash anymore. So I've been really trying to go through stuff, and if I don't love it, then I still do love the stuff, but if I haven't used it for 5-10 years, then it's going. So I will be having a couple destashes a week, only because There's not much room on my old phones that I video on. So, but more will be coming. All right, for this card, now that I've started jibber-jabbering, okay, the sketch I'm using for this one has all kinds of strips weaved in and out, and I'm not really paying attention of how I'm weaving them, if I'm doing it right. I'm just kind of layering them, and if I pull it up and stick it under, then that'll work for me. But I wanted to use this tape on this card too, just to add that little bit of pink in. I'm going to tuck that underneath. Okay. Next is a yellow piece, and glue that on. Now the pieces, if I put that there, you can't really see all of it, and I think I like that. But I'm going to go ahead and use this little oval that I had die cut it out last week, and I'm going to use this stamp, thanks. I think it looks better with the strips than the big circle. And I am using Intense Black. All right. Whoops, sorry about that. My puppy dog heard something outside. Oh, do you hear how vicious? Reagan, come here. It's okay. The neighbors are leaving, I guess. All right, so I'm going to plop that right down there. Now, I do bring out my 2 cards that I just made there after this next one and add some enamel dots to them. All right, so I'm trying to decide what to use for my background. So I realize that these papers, Daisy Meadow papers that I'm using, are double-sided. Now I went ahead off camera, cut my pieces, and put glue on them so it would go by faster. And see how simple that is? Just, I thought, well, I want to add a little piece of this pink trim to this, and it does have a green strip of paper, which I don't know what color they used, but I think the pink really looks good with this collection. And there we go. Gonna put some glue on that. I fussy cut one little flower out of one of the pattern papers, and I put some little foam adhesive behind it, and I'm going to put that there. They have a little flower on theirs. Now here's the enamel dots I forgot to put on my other 2 cards. Now don't forget to go check out Becky, Tracy, Dolly, Shannon, and Daisy and see what they are doing this week. And I hope you enjoyed and get some inspiration for cards. I know Tracy made a layout using the card sketch, but I knew I wouldn't have time on my phone to do 3 cards and then do a layout too. But I hope you enjoy and get inspiration, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.